These are the generations of the valiant holy men who fought on the side of the Lord and on the side of Erkadoshoi in the war in heaven. Adam was the father of Seth, who was the father of Enos, who was the father of Canaan, who was the father of Mahal, who was the father of Jared, who was the father of Enoch, who was the father of Methuselah, who was the father of Lamech, who was the father of Noah, who was the father of Shem, who was the father of Lud, who was the father of Achi, who was the brother of Jared, and Jared was the second son of Lud. The name Achi by interpretation means the brother, for he was the brother of all the living, and he lived with the Erkadoshoi, as did Enoch, the seventh from Adam. And much of the time no man knew where he was, for all his doings were with the Erkadoshoi. At the time of the great tower, he walked with the Lord and was his companion. But the wicked called him a wild man, and they greatly feared Achi. So powerful was his word that the Erkadoshoi obeyed him, and the elements responded to his righteousness. His word was strong, and his prayers much sought after by those righteous of his acquaintance. But the wicked would stand afar off and send Jared to seek him. And the Lord had respect for Achi, as he was a large and mighty man, but gentle of spirit and gifted with a mild and kind manner. Now it came to pass in the days of Noah that the war among the watchers and the wicked waged strong, it being known as the war in heaven. And Noah was an albino, and was both shunned and feared by the people, he being the first such person to live on the earth. As the sins of the people became more and more wicked before the Lord, and as the war grew more and more intense, Noah withdrew to dwell on a mountain range on the south of a great valley. And this valley was many days' journey across, and no man knew the extent of the length of it. And it came to pass that Noah dwelt among the Erkadoshoi, and Shaphatiel loved him, and Shemael obeyed him, and Kayal loved the sound of his voice, and Arbariel visited his abode and hovered above him. But Noah grieved, and his cries were heard day and night for many years before the flood. And it came to pass that Shem was born in the midst of this, the most dire grieving of his father. Now Shem was a mild man and gentle in his ways, and the grief of his father had a profound effect upon him. And Shem beheld the wars of the wicked and the sins of the Erkadoshoi for many years, and cried unto the Lord, but found no relief. And it came to pass in those days Noah began to be old, not old unto death, but old as to the strength of his body. And his son looked out for his care, and attended him in all his doing. One evening Shem went looking for his father, and he found him lying in agony upon a hillside, overlooking the great valley below. And he hurried to the side of his father to comfort him. And Noah was mourning the awful scene in the valley below, where the smoke of burning was rising, and the cries of the people could be heard. And Shem said, Father, Father. And Noah said, Here I am, my son. And Shem said, Father, come home and rest for a while. Then Noah sat up, and leaning upon a tree, and pointing to the valley below, expounded to his son all the doings of the children of the watchers, as they passed through the land in their wicked and violent pursuits. These children of the Erkadoshoi are called the Nephilim. And Noah unfolded before the eyes of his son all the intentions of God in creation, and all his righteous and holy purposes for all the hosts of heaven, that were handed down in the days of Enoch on the heavenly tablets. And he opened before his eyes the sufferings and sorrows of Messiah. And it came to pass that Shem was angry at the Erkadoshoi because of the suffering of his father and the sorrows of the Lord. But he held his peace and determined in his heart to please God and do his bidding in all things. Now from this time forth Shem began to call upon the name of the Lord in great earnest. And it came to pass that the carnage and violent deeds increased insomuch that Noah no more went to look down in the valley, and the Lord caused the Erkadoshoi to pass them by. And the sorrow of these days became sore upon Noah and his sons. And it came to pass that the Lord said to build an ark, and they dwelt in the high country with Kabodiel in abundance. Shem, Ham, and Japheth all built the ark under the guidance of their father, and no man ever knew what transpired with their task of building. Now there had been in the days preceding the flood violent quaking of the earth, and the animals had changed their normal habits, and were moving about seeking comfort. And Noah, with a prayer of righteousness to the Lord in behalf of Shemael, began to gather them together, and began to nourish them and comfort them. And the Lord brought him whatsoever animals he would. And it came to pass, as the time neared for the flood, Noah, not knowing just when it would be, took out the records of Enoch, and found among them a water tablet written by Enoch, that had been preserved and handed down for the time that the earth would be destroyed by water. And it came to pass that in those days Noah dreamed dreams of the suffering Messiah, he having the task of redeeming so great wickedness back into the presence of God. And Noah would cry out in the night, and Sarah, his wife, would try to comfort him. And it came to pass that Noah kept waiting for the Lord to intervene before this great wickedness, but it continued. After a long night of dreaming of the suffering of the Messiah, he awoke and said, Salah, which is to say, it is enough. And he took his son Shem, and he built an altar, and called Abedel to be his witness. And Zara blessed the altar, and he placed a water tablet upon his forehead, and for 22 days fasted and prayed in righteousness, he and his son before the Lord. And he marked each day for 22 days as the works of righteousness that marked the limits of suffering from Messiah. And each day he would proclaim, Salah. Thus 3 weeks and 1 day passed by ending on a Sabbath. And Noah called forth the flood by works of righteousness. And the Echodoshoi rejoiced, and the earth shook, and the clouds gathered, and the winds blew fierce upon the land, and all creation felt the impending judgment. The animals were seen to enter the houses of the people, and the fish cast themselves upon the seashore. 7 days passed thus after the prayers of Noah before the altar, and the rains came, and the floodgates of the great deep were broken open, and all the inhabitants of the great valley were swept away. And no man knew the extent of the waters for their greatness, but Noah did not look into the valley. And water was churning and boiling and filled with filth and debris, but not a sound nor a sign was heard from the wicked, and the ark was lifted up upon the waters. And it came to pass in the course of the time allotted by the Lord, the ark came to rest, and the waters abated to form a great sea in the valley, and the wind was still, and Noah and his son departed from the ark. And it came to pass that in the peace of the moment, Noah smelt a sweet smell of his sister Shaphatiel, and the blossoms of the delight of God. For the earth was cleansed of so great wickedness, and Messiah rested, and peace was in the wind, and the hills rejoiced, and the clouds clapped for joy. Now Shem was witness to this great change that was wrought by the righteousness of his father, and he praised the Lord in the Echodoshoi. And it came to pass that one day as Shem was attending to some of the last of the animals, before they departed and went their ways, it was in the early morning mist, he heard a voice calling him, Shem, Shem. And he said, Here am I. And he looked, and in the mist was the form of a man. And he said, Shem, my son, what is the desire of your heart? But Shem knew not what to answer, and held his peace, and pondered this thing in his heart. Again the next morning, from the mist he heard the voice the second time, Shem, my son, what is the desire of your heart? This time Shem told his father of the voice, and Noah said, It is the Lord, you must prepare an answer. And in the course of a few days, the Lord came to him again, and asked, Shem, Shem, what is the desire of your heart? And Shem answered, To see what my grandfather Enoch saw concerning the Echodoshoi. Now Shem had asked this in his heart, for he had proposed to change the course of the earth, and he knew that at this time the Echodoshoi were weak and destroyed, and no man would heed them. And he was mystified how the creation of the Lord, with the created purpose that his father had unfolded to him, could in so short a time as 10 generations be overwhelmed and presided over by the Echodoshoi. He knew it could happen again in a short time, unless something was done in righteousness. And it came to pass that the Lord said, Look, and Shem beheld the visions of Enoch, and he beheld and heard the words of Enoch, entered among those tongues of fire. He wondered as how to see through the eyes of God the true created purpose of the vision of all creation. And he said, Lord, how can I too enter among those tongues of fire to see the true purpose of the earth? And the Lord showed him the and Thummim, and instructed him in its use. And it came to pass that Shem looked, and he saw the day of the coming of the Son of Man into the world. After these things Shem could see, and he beheld all the Echodoshoi, and their visions of their created purpose before the Lord, as it was in the day the Lord God created them, by the power of his only begotten. And he beheld the guidances of God written in the heavenly tablets.